Hi, this is Ricky Sun. I'm a Pi consultant. In this video, I'm going to talk about my recent experience of setting up the Pi connector for Siemens PCS7. Remember I talked about the Pi connector for OPC UA, right? And that is generation 2 connector. But this one, right, the Siemens PCS7 connector is a generation 1 connector. What is their difference? If you look at the generation 2 versus generation 1, the generation 1 will not have the connector relay and the data collection manager. It's just that one connector software installed in one box. The other thing that is different is this PCS7 Siemens connector have alarm and condition. It can capture that versus the OPC UA connector that I talk about. It cannot do that. It cannot capture the alarm in events. But there is a lot of difference. Remember I talked about the OPC UA connector. You can see the health of connecting to the data source and the condition of the connector relay, as well as connecting to the Pi server AF, and you are allowed to, for generation 2 connector, you are allowed to pick on the tag you wanted to create and apply where the destination is going to be in the AF database as well. For the generation 1 is less flexible. To put it this way, it's template based generation 1 versus the generation 2 connector is like there's a graphical interface. You can select which attribute you want to create, right? And then you know exactly how many tags you'll be creating, or you can do tag only, right? Which is like you have a list of tags and then you just upload it to the tool of the Pi collection managers, and then it just collect those data, right, from the OPC UA. But this one is template based. What do I mean by that? Let's say that template is associated with many things within the PCS7, maybe 3 of them now, right? I cannot just create that one tag. I have to create all these other 2 as well. So I have to create total of 3 from that one template, if that makes sense. So I cannot create independent tags, and I have to pick on the template and then create one thing, and then they create 3 things for me, which I have no control of how many tags I am going to create, because I cannot know at the beginning unless I am maybe a master of the PCS7, which I'm not. It's not flexible, but it's simple. When I get the template, my client pretty much know, okay, we are going to grab the out.pv or the set point, and then that's it, right? To pick on the few things and then start the connector, and then we got it to work. And then the AF structure got created according similar to the PCS7, like charts. So that's that. So it is simple, but there's a catch I wanted to mention. After I install the PCS7 connector, there's a button you can press to export data access filter file, right, which is required to collect any data from the PCS7. If you don't have that uploaded back into your administration website for the connector, it won't collect any data other than create 4 tags for you, which is the health tag of the Pi connector. But if you have that files, let me be vulnerable to you because I made that mistake. I didn't know you export that file, this CSV file, right, this data access filter file out, and then I didn't know I have to modify it and deselect all these things from the select column. What I did was I download that file, and then that tech support page tell me you have to have that CSV file upload in order to start collecting data from the PCS7. So what I did is, okay, I download it and then I upload it, and then I start the Pi connector. It is a mistake because I'm not selecting the things that I only wanted or my client wanted. I'm creating everything, which will create all the tags that I don't want, and it create a lot. It create too many tags. What do I mean by too many tags? It create 25,000 tags, which is the tag limit. And then the Pi server don't have that much tag count, and then connector stop because it fails with errors about creating tags. It couldn't create more, right? We're not EA, so we cannot create more tags. And then the Pi server have error saying, hey, we have hit the limit of Pi license, go get more license, go get more tags, right? Then I go back to my client asking, hey, should we create everything, or should we limit ourselves to create only certain things? And which he tell me, hey, we only pick on few things, don't need to create everything. Then I do use Pi Builder to delete all the tags, stop and start the Pi server, and then everything become normal. Also, the connector, what I did after is I have to deselect everything by removing the cross on the select column, and which is X, right? X is the cross, and then just start very small, which is I pick on tag that constantly updating, which is like out.pv. When I pick on one thing in the template, I created like 16 tags, right? And there's no way I know it is going to be 16 when I pick on that one thing. So that's kind of the catch. You don't want to create too many tags without modifying the config CSV file, data access filter file, and then upload it immediately. You don't do that. And the other thing is, to generate that data access filter file is a challenge. At the very beginning, when I hit the button, try to export it, it said timeout. And then I'm like, oh, where's the file? No, nothing, right? And then I kind of like, oh my God, should I call tech support and all that? At the very end, I'm not sure, I think I saw a forum or a tech support article saying, oh, it will eventually come out, like that CSV file. So which I didn't know. I just have to wait like a long time, like an hour or so to get the file, which doesn't make sense, and it time out, and then, you know, it should be more intelligent, but you know, that's a generation 1 product, so it kind of screwed me over because I know the generation 2, but I didn't know generation 1. I have limited knowledge on that. So, but that's my experience about setting up the Pi connector for Siemens PCS7. That's kind of like the two catches mistake I made, and that I don't want you to make. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. I'll see you next week. Bye.